A.J. Cotto, one of the best middles in the country with Gavin Chambers, good blocker. Tyler Herget's the starting setter. Jackson Fife is the libero. Here are the starters for the Pepperdine Waves. 6 in the country. Barnett, Gomez, Matei, Edie, Hartke. Polomatz has been a revelation at setter. Jacob Riley has an honor coup. BYU won both there, and so we'll see how this tilt goes tonight and tomorrow. 2 big ones in the MPSF, and Tyler Herget gets us underway. Ryan Barnett, this goes sky high. It's a set me pass, and BYU's into the net. Not the greatest serve received there, but it ends up in a point for Ryan Barnett and the Waves.
Well, I mean, like most matches, that first contact is going to be so important for both these teams. Your serve, your pass, how are you handling those first contacts?
Good movie as well. Nice serve from Barnett. Look at that pass up to Herget, right of the net. Cotto is blocked. Tufunga is blocked. Pepperdine all over it. 2-0 for the Waves.
Look at this movement along the net, and if you're BYU, this is such a huge team. Obviously, looking at Pepperdine across the floor, they all look about the same, but what it is they're all 6'10".
There's some tall trees out there. The diving pass from Fife, set over by Oldaney. Hartke on the dig. Down the line, Tyler Herget. Fife, back row attack from Trenton. Mosier rolls it. Riley kept it alive, set over. A.J. Cotto misses that one. 3-0 Pep.
Well, you can see BYU trying to establish their middle really early, but 2 kind of miscommunication, mishit to score early.
Barnett continues. Tough serving from Pepperdine. They've got a real good serving squad. How about Riley on another dig there? Hartke loads up. 4-0. You wonder if Sean Olmstead takes the timeout here early, because it's all Pepperdine right now, and they've done it every which way.
Right, and how impressive has Jacob Riley been creating opportunities for this kind of swing and the finish. Riley as the libero has been so good, so fast.
You know, he gets a point on an unforced error as Barnett goes out. Pepperdine, number 2 in the country in aces per set. They put a ton of pressure on you from the line. 3 dudes of note: Barnett, Hartke, and Polomatz. BYU's best server by ace percentage. With some volume is that man, Talon Jonathan Tufunga, who cuts the deficit in half. Ace man lays down the first of what BYU hopes is many tonight.
I really think that service battle is just going to be huge, and you can feel BYU kind of bring it a little more. They want to be hitting right around, 65 miles an hour consistently.
Off the tape at 69. Polomatz down the line for Jose Gomez. Oh my goodness, the Cuban with the missile crisis down the line.
Wow, what a set though. Polomatz, so much fun, Polomatz, to watch. He can really locate the ball so well. Gomez had a ton of line to hit to because that set was perfectly placed.
You like a good historical reference. Noé Mate from Switzerland. Oldaney, nicely done. Had to cut his approach inside a bit, got the point, 5-3.
Well, and the interesting thing about the right side of the floor is if you're a right-handed hitter and that ball is off even a little, if it's off the net, if it's inside, it's really tough to make that adjustment. But Oldaney did a nice job figuring that out.
I wonder which thumb was broken for A.J. Cotto. Thought no one. Dig for BYU. Mosier loads up and he's stuffed. 2 blocks now for Pepperdine.
That ball died a little inside. Mosier thought maybe he could cut it sharp, but because it was a triple block, there was no way. He had no chance.
PCH was no lanes moving forward on that one. Andre Polomatz, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. More tough serving. Back row from Tufunga. How about Barnett keeping that alive? And then Riley on the free ball. BYU goes again. Oldaney is blocked again. How about that? James Edie.
Edie moves so well. You look at this great dig again, creating opportunities where BYU had a chance on this ball, and Edie doing all can just to get up and over somewhere. You do your job and good things happen.
You saw Sean Olmstead's face there as that one goes long. It's a big block right now for Pepperdine. 9th in the country, 2nd in the league as Jonathan Winder looks on. He played in this gym against BYU, citing some of his all-time battles in here. Barnett, perfect pass to Polomatz. Hartke on the left side, dug up. That might not happen a ton tonight. Trenton Mosier connects, and that is BYU's 2nd kill on 11 swings.
Right, you see Tafunga in the back, popping that ball up. I think these defensive opportunities on both sides, because both these players are hitting, teams are hitting so hard. If you can get a dig in there and then convert that, those transition points are huge.
Gomez down the line again and got the touch, 8-5. He's been battling with Grant Lamore, the redshirt freshman who's 6'10". Lamore coming back from an injury. Gomez has stepped in nicely.
Gomez just a really overall great player. So smart, moves well, just a complete volleyball player.
Defensive player of the week in the league, March 9th. Goes out on that one. So 3 of BYU's 6 points from service errors right now from Pepperdine. That is one thing to keep an eye on is if Pepperdine struggles, it's because they're not keeping the ball in. They serve super tough, but with that comes the risk that you give some freebies away. And there are varying philosophies of that, of how many errors you sort of tolerate. One end of that was kind of Johns Brown UCLA. There was like bombs away all the time. We don't care if it's 30 errors, like whatever. And then others are like, let's just keep it in. You can't be too soft on that though. 9-6, Gavin Chambers. 9-7, BYU has seemingly found the offense a little bit with better passing in service.
Well, on that one, kind of lucky. He ekes it through the middle of the hands there because he was so quick on that ball.
Got to be quick with him. He's from Erie, PA. Corona, California, actually, but that thing you do. 10-7 as BYU has
well, those
second
are
error
the tough
of the night.
ones. I think if you're a float server on both these teams, yours has to be in so that you can let the spin servers really get after it. We'll see if Hartke goes to town. 7th
in the country in aces, 31. Nice serve, BYU out of system. Tafunga tips over the top, takes Hartke out of it though. Barnett hangs in the air and gets the tip. That was about a 30% tip.
You can see just the timing because he's on his way down. If you're the block and trying to time that, he used every bit of his hang time.
Cole Hartke. 4 errors now for Pepperdine. You're hitting in the negative. That's when you have more errors than kills. Pepperdine 508. Kills, errors, attacks, hitting 625.
Well, and you look at that, just BYU within 3. That is because of those service errors. So for Pepperdine, yeah, they're putting the pressure on, but if they can clean that up a little, then they can find more success.
And they get to touch Barnett on the edge. That's a heck of a set, too, by Polomatz to just better the ball and give Barnett an opportunity here.
Well, and look at how many players Polomatz is able to get into this offense and get them going. It's seemingly right now for Pepperdine just easy for them to get that first ball side out.
Tafunga inside of the block. Jalen Jonathan Tafunga, first kill on 4 swings.
Tafunga already carrying a big load for this team. He's taking the majority of the serves. Pepperdine serving at him. He's controlling that well. He's got a couple digs in the backcourt as well, and then getting a couple swings.
Had the ace earlier in the set. He now has an ace in 6 of the last 7 matches. Barnett stabs at that one. Polomatz. Out 5. Cottle off of Hartke and out. BYU cuts it to 2. AJ Cottle, such a weapon. Broke that Oppo finger, although Oppo only in attack, not in the block. You need both. Just playing through it.
That is a huge cast.
That is giant. Jeez. Riley nails, man. Barnett. Cottle got a touch, but deflected off of Mosier. 13-10 on the first back row attack of the night.
Well, and if you'll watch, as you see that perfect pass, perfect set, Jacob Riley in the passing lanes takes about half of the court. He is passing a huge load for this team.
Lorraine Mattei from Weinfelden, Switzerland. And a block from Polomatz. Mosier took some off it, went into the block, 14-10. And how about 4.5 blocks for the Waves?
Well, and you can see that was almost a one-on-one there. BYU, as they've gotten a couple of sets or a couple of kills, but they haven't been able to find a rhythm yet. It hasn't been smooth where you can feel like they're in a flow and in system.
Target to Mosier. Funga inside for Mosier and cuts off a filet mignon.
Well, what you like about that from Mosier is you were wondering what was he going to do on that second swing. He's been stopped, he's been blocked going that sharp cross court, but he continues to attack, and you love that in the senior. He's not going to back off.
5 different players with a kill for BYU right now, 14-11. Polomatz high, D-ball, Hartke, soft blocked. Here's Oldaney on the D-ball. He gets it to go. So Oppo's dueling here in Provo.
And you look, BYU was only able to come back with this Oldaney kill because the block for BYU slowed down Hartke. They turned that swing of his into a free ball that they were able to transition.
In correction, Oldaney is front row right now. From what I said, 14-12. Real low for Barnett, and the block by Chambers. BYU's best blocker cuts it to 1, despite hitting 105.
Right, these last 2 plays, Chambers, look at that, how he envisions that, dives into that angle.
3-0 run, Brigham Young. AJ Cottle coming up with the float from Provo, Utah here. Hometown kid, Herget, back over the net. Edie did not take off to get that one, and then the stuff it in by Oldaney. If you go to a fifth set, you get another one, but you can never have more than 3. They changed that rule a couple years ago. BYU had 4 one time, used all of them in a fifth set. It took forever. 14s. They're back over. And that one is blocked. And in. So BYU at the point, and look at that. BYU has its first lead at the media timeout.
And slow down this Pepperdine offense, which was just rolling for a while.
2 kills, 3 errors on the last 9 swings for Pepperdine. Cole Hartke's like, I will end that. One of the most physical oppos in the country. Look at this dude.
Power.
I wish he'd get into the game, though. It just doesn't really seem into it.
Get some emotion.
One hit out by Chambers. Pepperdine takes the lead back.
Well, and I think for BYU, they still haven't found that rhythm yet. You can see that the set's not exactly where the hitters are most comfortable, so as they warm up into that, they have a good opportunity.
Polomatz goes long. He's helped elevate this group, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. The Serbian junior, he's played on Serbian national team in Volleyball Nations League. He's got swagger. John Olmsted telling us, hey, he sets whoever he wants, man. 16, set 1. Oldaney at Riley. Gomez off the block. Jose Gomez 3 for 6 with 3 blocks.
See that big seam for Gomez, but although Mosier was able to shut that down a little bit, Gomez just pops it right off the top to expand the court.
Gomez has played for Cuban national team, senior team, U19, U21 as well. Tipped by Mosier, Barnett there. Polomatz out of the back row to Gomez. He's been on fire. 18-16 now.
Great pickup from Barnett. But for BYU, not many places he can go. Barnett really wasn't an option because he had picked up that tip. So BYU not looking at Gomez. He was kind of the only option there.
Straight cash, homie. And oh, by the way, reigning MPSF tournament champs, they won on their home court last year. As Tufunga spaxes it out, BYU with some errors, 19-16. This version of Pepperdine, they can hang. That split at Hawaii tells us everything we need to know.
Right, they can, not only are they big and physical, but they're skilled. And that's really tough to stop.
They put the pedal down here. 3-0 run. Great serve. 71. Oldaney out. BYU continuing to have unforced errors out.
Well, and I think that's a result of really that pressure of the Pepperdine block. It's a big block, and the players for BYU trying to go around it, trying to avoid it. But when you're faced with that kind of huge physicality in front of you, it wears on you a little. You have to go down and hit maybe your 5th best shot.
And it goes long. BYU hitting in the negative. 7 kills, 8 errors. 20-17. Trent Mosier will serve for BYU, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Grand Canyon transfer, first year as a BYU, last year at GCU. They cut the program. He's back in Provo. Polomatz high for Hartke. Back over to Hartke, and he goes off of Chambers' head. And here come the Cougars in transition, and Tufunga gets the kill across the court, and BYU cuts it to 2.
And that point for BYU is the time for the Cougars to try to push this, get a little closer.
That's why they call it the present, Amy. Ryan Barnett, easy with the left hand. Like, thank you very much. No one's here, okay.
Well, and Barnett, that's his 5th kill in this first set. Just kind of quietly getting it done, doesn't make a ton of errors. He's hitting .667, just consistent.
Zach Chapin, redshirt freshman from Manhattan Beach, in there with the lefty serve. Tufunga cuts it out. Man, BYU's having a hard time here. Second and final timeout. 13. And then Pepperdine retook it after a timeout. Gavin Chambers. It was actually, they haven't taken a timeout. It was after the challenge they didn't get. They responded well to that.
That's right.
Which is a sort of timeout. Chambers with the kill. And Cole Hauser in. He had 2 aces Saturday night in the win against Concordia Irvine. Good pass from Barnett. Easy money from Noe Mate, who yells into the crowd. Hartke, sophomore from Barrington, Illinois. One of the best players in the country. Oldaney stuffed. Set point Pepperdine, 24-19. How about 5.5 blocks? Man.
Pepperdine's ending the way they started this first set. Just in control, all the momentum on their side.
If the season ended today, Hartke would be a first-team All-American. It probably will end up that. Toss was way out in front, and that is quite the broad jump. We had a week ago BYU's football pro day here. I would love to see these dudes in the broad jump, because if you're really good, you're like high 10s, 10 feet and whatever. I bet you we got 11s and 12s maybe with some of these guys. Because you think about, especially the oppos.
Yeah.
They're broad jumping 10 feet all the time.
I mean, that's a good point. I think for Hartke, he might be better out of the back row because he has all that space and room.
Just extend that 6'11" frame out. In for the ace. 24-21, second ace of the match for the Karate Kid in BYU. First into the tape. And Pepperdine wins set 1, 25-21 on the back of 5.5 blocks, tells us. Pepperdine up 1-0. Here we go, set 2. Jerem Jordan, Amy Gant. As there's another, they didn't call it a block. I believe they just said into the net.
But that's kind of the third one. BYU has tried to start and establish that middle, and for whatever reason, that connection just not there.
So BYU 2 more errors than kills in the match right now. That is a massive problem. Here's Hartke. Well handled by Mosier. Cottle. This one goes over to Oldaney. Back row to Mosier. Got the block. Shifting. And gets the point. BYU did not tap in.
It's tough to expand into the pins.
Senior Tyler Herget. Barnett catches Cottle. Tufunga. Hartke keeps it alive. This is going to be over. Oldaney wanted a piece. What a play. The back bick to Gomez. who seemingly can't miss right now. 5 for 8.
Well, and good sets. Again, Polomat's just making great decisions, really opening up locations for his hitters.
The Serbia to Cuba connection. 2-1. Here's Ryan Barnett. Fife flying in. Oldaney with the laser. Connor Oldaney 3 for 9.
And this match for BYU is just kind of next level, right? We talked about how it's on from here on out. This is some of the first time that they've seen these high-level teams. Sure, they played a couple all year, but from now on, it's just really high-level volleyball. And I wonder with these young players, you know, what they're thinking about.
Off of Cottle, but out. 3-2. BYU's played UC Irvine, Hawaii, like teams ahead of them in the standings, or the rankings rather. BYU does not have a win against anybody ranked above them, and they have held serve against everybody below them except Stanford. I mainly blame you because your son's on the team, man. Connor Oldaney with the kill. That was a surprise that BYU dropped both those, but on the road against the Cardinal, they've got talent too, and they've struggled a bit, but that was a bit surprising for BYU. Sean Olmstead kind of told you guys last week in the prep for Concordia, yeah, we're just a little, the vibe was a little bit off. We said, how is it this week? He said, much better. He actually gave them Monday and Tuesday completely off. Don't come in and watch film. Don't come in and serve. I need you guys just to reset after that, and then they responded against Concordia.
Right, I think that 3 weeks on the road, you know, it taken a toll physically and mentally, and just to have this reset before heading into this tough period of the next few weeks is really important.
This weekend will tell us a lot about kind of where they stand in the MPSF. Tufung out of the back row. 4-4.
And there's that play, and you see that big block from Pepperdine nowhere, right? James Eady all alone, the one-on-one. And Tufunga's going to get that kill every time. So if BYU can continue to really work the middle of the court, they can find some ways to be successful.
Nicely done out of the middle. Not a ton of sets in the middle, as you mentioned, but James Eady with the kill. 5-4 Pepperdine.
Well, and Eady able to adjust. When you're up quick as a middle, it's hard to change your arm swing when that set's not there, but he does a nice job keeping that ball in despite the fact it was a little low.
And goes out. 7 service errors in the first set. That was the first of the second. 8 total. Those were some freebies that BYU got, but that pressure was a big part of Pepperdine's success in set 1, winning 25-21. 5-5, set 2. Overpass. Tufunga, and that go into the antenna first should be Pepperdine's point, yeah.
Yeah, on that set, a little too far. Couldn't really save it, but a missed opportunity again for BYU. When they've got these little chances with a free ball that comes over, they've got to be able to connect and get that quick point.
Nice dump by Tyler Herget. He doesn't do it a ton. He's got 13 kills all year.
Right, but just enough. Calls his own number right here, and what that does, now it's going to establish, it's going to make that middle think just a second before he moves to go block someone else, so it might slow him down.
Kevin Chambers, BYU's block leader. Polomatz, Barnett off of Tyler Herget.
Barnett is a really tough one to block because he changes where he contacts the ball depending on what he's feeling and seeing with the block. So he might hit it at the peak of his jump or on the way down, and so if you're a blocker, it's really tough to gauge.
Hartke with his heels on the banner. Wow, 67. Cottle gets Hartke off the line. That was a big swing, 7-7.
Great pass from Tufunga.
Freshman off his mission to Argentina. Herget, another solid serve. Down the line off of Fife. He was frustrated he didn't handle it a little better as it goes to the front row over our heads. 8-7, Cole Hartke, 3 for 7, no errors. Now he averages 5 points a set. He's got 3 points in the match, so he's been held in check.
A little bit.
Yet Pepperdine won the first set without a ton of offense from him. Oldaney over the top.
Danny's starting to warm up a little bit. His 5th kill, you know, he's getting going, finding a little more a flow to his game and making some good decisions. And when Danny's confident and attacking, BYU is really successful.
He's error-free. 11% of the time he gets blocked or has an error. Anything sub 15 is really good. Is that in? It's an ace. Ronald Pelham says that's an ace.
Oh, interesting.
BYU almost looks surprised. Now, why does Sean Olmstead have a card?
Oh,
Ronald Pelham saying, it's your point. Lena Gustafson didn't even acknowledge Sean Olmstead. I don't know if she didn't see him. She's
No.
like, it's your point. Everybody knew, but BYU, that BYU scored there.
Well, and you know, Sean Olmstead was just thinking in his head about, should I challenge, should I not? It wasn't even
You don't even
needed.
need to. First lead since 14-13 in set 1.
Oh, my.
Tufunga 76, but out. 9-9.
It wasn't a bad miss, though. That was like 6 inches out, and if you're the passers for Pepperdine, you're breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Noe Mate. Had an injury, was starting earlier in the year, back in the starting lineup. Cottle on top of Herget. The timing was impeccable. Shades of Amy Gant.
BYU wants to get that going, right? You can see how Cottle, even against a team like Pepperdine, can really elevate and use that incredible height and reach to get up and over.
Hartke in. Found the back row. He's got 4. 10-10. Important set for BYU, not just to avoid going down 0-2, but the Cougars haven't won a 5th set this year, 0-3. So if they go down 0-2, they would have to do something they haven't done all year, and against a very good squad. So critical set here for the team in royal blue. Connor O'Daney, Grand Canyon transfer. Deep corner for James Eady, the redshirt junior from Newport Beach, California. Hit 500 against BYU last time he played against the Cougars 2 years ago.
Well, and look at that spot, just corner to corner, and both of these last kills for Pepperdine so well placed along that back line.
Gomez. Mosier is stuffed. First block of the
Country changed their offense to not set into Cole Hartke. Like, it's clear he is someone you avoid.
Mosier responds.
Did you see Hartke jump and reach over that net? He wants to touch it before the hitter does, and he can do it because he's 6'11". It's pretty impressive, but great job for BYU to go right back and get that kill.
Roll shot from Trent Mosier. Let's take a look at what you were talking about on the reach here. Now, I blame the style of this generation for that.
So he has bangs?
What's it called?
I was saying that he even has.
Oh, that he even has bangs. I thought it was some word I didn't know.
No, no.
Bet he has bangs. I didn't know that's what's cool now. 13. So BYU had 9 kills in set 1. They have 10 right now in this set. So they have found the offense. Good stuff from Chase Davidson, your statistician. The pride of American football. Return to center for Barnett. Blast it. Mosier's there. Goes airborne. And then Tufunga tips. Barnett gets blocked.
Won 3 different times in that rally. Pepperdine went to Barnett. He tried to tip, and BYU.
Yeah, good call, because it didn't go in.
Yeah, if you're Cottle, you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I touched it for sure. Gomez flying out of the back row.
And it's just tough to get up and over.
And in slow motion, we're like, what are you doing? You get in there and do it. That one goes long from Hartke. Volomats to Barnett. BYU with the triple, emerges. Free ball from Funga. Look at Mosier covering everything. Into the middle. Mosier covers the other 78% of the earth. 22%, I guess. That is nice. This guy looks like he hangs out in Malibu. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he plays like it too.
Yeah, he's a good player. Ace for Herget.
And moved. That's tough to pass.
Little flame coming off it too, if you look closer. Look at that pass. O'Daney with the block. Riley high. And Barnett. Barnett gets the kill. The BYU bench hit it back in there like it's still up.
What a beautiful swing though. Barnett just off the hands. You see, when you can hit it high and hard and extend the court, that's going to be a kill every time.
Critical moment here, 18-15. Standing set. Herget to O'Daney. How did that stay alive? Amazing. 5. Cottle smashes one. 19-15 for Gryffindor.
Cloud set you, it's going to be a kill.
BYU in transition. 5. High for Mosier. Yeah! 20-15. BYU up 5 with 5 to go.
Defensively, and then things start to go your way.
BYU's best server at the line. Nice pass from Riley. Hard key. Blocked by Cottle and Mosier.
Good accuracy.
Ronald Pelham going, hold up. They need the thumbs up from the most powerful woman in Provo right now, Alana Tilley, our timeout coordinator, or red hat. She doesn't have a red hat. They don't tolerate red around these parts. Got a flag. That was 73, but out. Shot across the most famous alum might be from Punho.
Oh, I don't remember.
Barack Obama.
Oh, that's right. But Rick Toon, his dad, an amazing player as well.
Hawaii and Pepperdine.
He's the Punho coach right now.
Nice. That one had to be cut in by Gomez, and then Tufunga gets it to go. That went down. 22-16. BYU.
These two teams have really brought such energy and power, especially behind the service line. It kind of sets the stage.
Look at the camera. The ball spinning up. That one went flying into the stands off of Cole Hauser, Jose Gomez. Polomats. O'Daney through the seam. 23.
Room for his players to hit.
Nice serve from O'Daney. This one's tight. Wiped off the block by Hartke. 5 kills for Cole now.
See, and here's where I think defensively, you see this play going.
Okay, that one's out. Set point. Brent Mosier. And for the first time tonight, Mosier went for it all and missed. Comes in as just a server. He's got a whip with his left hand here. Got a very interesting serve. And he goes out. 25-19. There were only 3 in the first.
Well, in those first 2 sets, right around the 15-point mark, you pointed it out, almost tied up.
Herget into the net, and then he like spinning with his finger, like, let's keep it going. Let's go to the next one.
Let's forget, move on, move on.
Yep, be a goldfish, Ted Lasso. Andre Polomats, Serbian national team player. Back row touch by Tyler Herget at the net.
And although he was going up to try to save that ball to set it, it doesn't matter if Gomez attacks, which was smart of him, he gets called.
That's why you got to know where everybody is on the court. Cottle. That was diggable, but well placed. Same two teams tomorrow night, 9 Eastern. A top 10 matchup here in Provo. Jeremy Jordan, Amy Gant with you. Harrison Collier producing, Scott Hill directing tonight. Gomez off the block. He just takes a big rip at it, and he's hard for Jose Gomez. Back set to Oldaney before the block can get there. Look at Mosier, and then it pops outside the antenna on BYU side. Mosier was like Doctor Who in the phone booth right there. Barnett down the line. He's got 8.
And Polomatz again just locating that ball so well. Very quick all the way to the pin. That allows Barnett to easily get that kill down the line.
Nzidi. One-on-one on the left side for Trenton Mosier. Got a team high 7 kills with 4 digs.
When those passes start going for BYU, you see how Gavin Chambers holds the middle. That opens up. It's a one-on-one. That serve pass game just so important, and BYU sticking those passes critical to their success.
Oldaney tickles the tape, handcuffs Gomez. Riley high and off the net, blocked by BYU. 4th block of the match for the Cougars. They come in 10th in the country.
Right, Barnett using that hang time again, but you could see BYU just staying with it. Mosier over and really handles the timing on that well.
Oldaney goes long. 9th error for BYU tonight. 5-4 here. In set number 3, Cole Hartke. Number 7 in the country with 31 aces. Pepperdine seeking its first ace. Foot fault. It's 13th error. 5-5. That toss was way out in front, and yep, he's trying to catch up to it. Here's Mosier. Look at that pass from Gomez. Still alive. Hartke overpassed. Chambers of secrets. Look out for the basilisk.
BYU again with those defensive efforts. They pop that ball up and extend the rally. The transition points for BYU have just been so critical, and yes, Claire likes it.
Did you see they kind of crossed over there so they knew each other? Also, Jonathan Winder was the head coach at Fresno State, and Rob was at Utah State, so they know each other from the Mountain West on the women's side. Tufunga off the dome. Polomatz high for Hartke, and he gets it through the block. 6 kills on 14 swings for the nation's leader in kills and points per set.
Yeah, and to your point, only 6 at this point, right? We're into the 3rd set. Hartke,
he should be at about 13, 12 right now.
He's been a little quiet. Pepperdine still, though, a lot of players that can get after it.
Also, Hartke could make up for that very quickly.
You're right.
He's one of those dudes where you go, did he just have 10 kills in that set? It's crazy. 7-7. So physical. There's Chambers. On the line of Barnett. Gomez. Tufunga kept it in. Wow. And then doesn't matter because that one got detonated
just
through the middle.
Miscommunication. You know, when that ball is off, you've got to do a lot of talking, and BYU not sure who was going to take that ball, and so they didn't put it in as tough a position as they could to get that over.
8-7 after Mate, the freshman from Switzerland, got the kill. He had 7 kills against Long Beach State on January 30th. Cottle. His pass to Tyler Herget back to him is like 1.8 seconds, if that.
This BYU middle attack has been so good because the passing has been there.
8-8. Barnett got it to go. Point Pepperdine. BYU fans think they got the block. They did not. Is he kind of telling
Is that
it?
what you're looking
It's the tell, yeah. It's the tell. 9-9. For number 9. Ace. I thought you had it, man.
Well,
Taylor, Jonathan Tafu.
Kind of the pro and con of passing with 4. You've got to talk.
Right at Hartke, and that's another ace. 2 in a row. 4 for the match.
So here's what's great about that power, obviously almost 70 miles an hour, but he was going at Hartke. He did it right to Hartke, so much so that they've pulled Hartke completely out of the passing lanes.
Yep.
They're going to pass with 3.
Yep, they've changed it. That ties his career high 4. So 4 aces for Talon Jonathan Tufunga, who was somehow rostered all the way in 2020. Went on a mission but didn't leave till the next March, so he essentially missed 3 seasons. The NCAA gives the exception to the 2-year missions, because normally it's you have 5 years to play 4. You get 1 redshirt year, but with COVID, with a redshirt year, with a mission, he's a junior. He'll be here next year. 12-10. He's getting 2 doctorates. Just kidding. A lot of. He's 6'8", but he seems like a 7-foot.
His arms.
Yeah. Muldaney off the block. There you go, off the high. 13-11. Wow. Out. You hear the oops?
Well, I think you need an end zone person. I know Carl McGowan, when he worked,
Yeah.
you know, with the national team stuff, he'd just sit in the end zone with a
Yep.
headset.
Yep.
Yeah.
Earpiece. Yep. All that. Internationally, that's okay. That set was wild. You can double on your own side. Barnett, flipper, Chambers falling over.
Jump set. Why did he
Let the bodies hit the floor as Hartke gets the kill.
Chambers trying to avoid Mosier, instead jump sets right on top of him. That was the highlight.
Hartke through the block again. He's heating up. That is not.
And he's going to serve well. Just that power and that momentum.
Unloads on that one, but out at 70.
Tufunga having to go back
Yep.
in as many sets.
Great point. BYU's led in both, if I recall correctly. Off the triple, Mosier way back there. Tufunga, that one's out. That's BYU's point. 15-14 at the immediate timeout. And BYU up by 1. Tight. Joust won by Polomats, of course. That's what setters do. It's what they do.
And then they turn and talk, because that's what they do.
Perhaps in Serbia. Don't know.
I don't know that I'd talk to Tufunga. I don't know. I mean, he's the
Of all the
sweetest
dudes
guy.
here, I wouldn't mess with him, man. He's a gentle giant. And that one bops Gomez. Both parents went to BYU. Oldest of 4 siblings. They all play volleyball. Tickles the tape, didn't go.
And the last 2 float servers for BYU have missed their serve in this 3rd set.
Sean has told us he has no tolerance for a miss. Reset for BYU after Edie got the touch. Blasted by Mosier. Trent with a team-high 8. The closest thing you get in the men's game to a defensive specialist. Comes in and essentially serves and then passes on the back row for a second.
He's a great libero as well,
Yeah.
Chapin, and so utilizing that big arm in the serve.
Gomez just looks mad every time he gets killed. Gosh. Do the chickens have talents? 17s. Like $1 an hour. High for Old Daney, off of Riley.
High, perfectly placed again. Great job from Herget. locating that ball. If you are a hitter, and facing a big block like Pepperdine, you want that set to be there.
And with that set, Tyler Herget becomes the 6th player in the rally era since 2001 to cross 2,500 assists at BYU. Next up, Rob Nielsen trying to pass him at number 5. Tufunga to the back row. 19-17, BYU pushing the pedal down a little bit here. And Tufunga, as you see, Tyler Herget, north of 2,500 assists now for the Penn State transfer.
And you look at how he's crafting this offense, doing an excellent job working the middle, setting the middle, then setting the back.
When it comes to starting setter, he's been the guy for 3 years.
Yeah, I think after that first practice, Sean was like, oh yeah, you're on.
Tipped over by Cottle. Gomez off the block, 19-18. Big play right there.
Well, and you talked about it going into that break. Both these teams hitting 500. This is great high-level volleyball right here, where you are, both these teams, to get a point, you have to do something spectacular. Nobody's giving points away. You have to fight for it.
Gomez. Cottle. 7 for 12 for AJ. But you know what it might cost to bring him back? What it would pay him to be a rookie, which is about $16 million a year, so no. Over pass to Old Daney with the stare down, 21-18. Timeout, Pepperdine. Chambers went up too. A little stare down by Old Daney.
I think it starts with
here.
For sure, he's a great passer, great ball control, and that's what Pepperdine needs right now.
Holhauser. Barnett. Cross court for the kill. That was a big swing. 21-19.
I think that's exactly what Pepperdine needed right out of the gate, off of that timeout.
Aiden Toon coming in.
And you watch Aiden Toon come in and he looks small, right? He's like 6'1", 6'2". And he just
don't stand next to Cole Hartke.
Right.
He's listed at 6'1", yeah. 6 aces, 5 service errors. When you have more aces than errors, that's the ratio you want. In fact, most people would take 2 to 1 the other way. This one's tight. Chambers. And then Pepperdine gets the point. They're going to say back row attack there. And the question becomes, did Herget get to it first?
I think it's always going to go on to the blockers.
If it's like simultaneous contact. Mosier is blocked. We're tied at 21.
Huge play, one-on-one.
First block of the set, Amy. What a time for it from Cole Hartke.
And with both teams just hitting with so much power, that makes the block just come that much more intense. Aiden Toon, great job coming off the bench as a serving sub.
Good serve. High for Old Daney, way outside the antenna, so it just has to be set by Old Daney. And then put down for the lead by Noah Mate.
I think BYU, good time calling the
22-21. End of set 3. Here we go. Old Daney off of Harmon. The grocer in your neighborhood, 22s.
And right now with these two teams tied up, you kind of start looking at what rotation are these teams ending up in? Are they in their best scoring rotation? Do they have the hitters that they want? Do they have the passer and servers that will put the most pressure on a team?
Harmon middle black. Barnett there too, so they have good passes there. Tipped over the top by Ryan, don't call me Kevin Barnett.
Well, Barnett on the ground passing. Watch how he passes, is on the ground, and then has to get up and get a kill. Pushes that right over, maybe a little drop, but hey, he was on the ground.
Felt like Gavin Chambers pulled his right arm down thinking, we'll take that tip, yeah. Hartke goes out. He's struggled from the service line a bit tonight. When he's on, he's like unstoppable, but
that's a huge play right there.
He's had a number of errors. 6. That's the most on his team. Deuce set. Into the net. Set point Pepperdine. And Barnett to the line. 5th in the league in aces per set. Set point. They go after it, and the ace by Ryan Barnett. Like he did in the MPSF tournament, he leads Pepperdine to that.
Mentally exhausting where both teams. This was huge for Pepperdine to take this one.
Here we go. Back-to-back aces off of Trent Mosier for Pepperdine. 1-0 Waves. Andre Polomats. Bench, but Matt Mazer, all 6'9" of him, found himself on the ground. I don't know what happened. Seemingly on purpose. Roll shot, Mosier overpass. Dispatched out by Gomez. Which
so tough.
Just his 3rd error on 17 swings.
Right, but you could see the BYU defense. Mosier and Tafunga were on top of each other.
He was looking around like, where to go? Oh, we have a challenge of
miss.
Touch, perhaps.
Well, someone might be injured as well, I think. Tafunga and Mosier hit each other. This is what they need, though. This is good for BYU because you see Mosier and Tafunga kind of hitting each other after that, as we'll look and see if there was a net.
So you're saying the play before they
on the pass, on the serve.
On the serve, gotcha.
Right, the serve was tough. Mosier was moving forward and he hit his knee.
Yeah,
which he has already hurt all season. He's been struggling with a hurt knee, and then he kind of got tangled up with Tafunga.
I'm not seeing a touch there from BYU on the net. But I've been very wrong, and in this match. Yeah, you see Mosier touching the right knee. He's got the sleeve.
And if he needs to step out, Trevor Herget's got to be ready to come in after standing for 3 sets.
Yep. Not seeing a touch there.
I think the net was still moving from earlier in the play as well.
Pepperdine got the point. So they're saying a net on Herget, not a touch. They must have bundled that. Home, auto, and live. And here comes Trevor Herget. So Mosier will exit the match. He is going to try and get that knee right, and in comes Trevor Herget. Or Herget the younger.
And also, hey, Trevor Herget, here you go. Come past these serves. Oh, and that's a big one. You want to keep the pressure on. If someone comes in and subs, you want to...
It's coming right for you.
Exactly, and he misses. Gets him off the hook.
So the Herget boys in the back row right now. 2 aces tonight for Tyler. Olomats one-handed and nothing. You don't see that too often. 2-2. Went for the one-hander and didn't end up redirecting to where he wanted. As we go through the net to Jonathan Winder. The shots we have are so good. I love them. That one's long from Tyler Herget. This one might be the one we submit for an Emmy. Who knows? This could be the night. Let's stay on top of our game. 3-2.
And I think if you're getting a pass here, if you're BYU, look for Herget to Herget on that quick pick to get him involved.
Well, yeah, there was a sign. If Pepperdine serves it over. 3-3. And here is Talon Jonathan Tafunga, career high, tying 4 aces tonight. Can he muster another? Riley sky high. The set off the block is blocked. Not sure what he was.
I think Harkey was hoping
trying
to
attempt there, yeah.
on that, but just, or maybe
but
even
Tool
reset
like to reset it?
Or reset the play.
Gotcha. Trevor Herget's like, is that the easiest block of my life? Into the net. 4-4. Pepperdine up 2-1, trying to get out of here with the dub. Same two teams tomorrow night, 9 Eastern. Got that for you on the BYU TV app and Big Ten Plus. James Edie. Tuttle blocked.
And that set could have been about a foot higher to Cottle. So you could go up and over.
AJ Cottle rarely blocked or has near 8.6%. Crazy low. So take a picture. One's in for Tufunga.
They may challenge. Oh. See the bench, looking over the bench. Jonathan Winder not sure. He looks to his bench. Should we do it?
Someone said nah. That was a way in. 5 up. AJ Cottle, that one's a rainbow. That one out. Too many floats out for BYU tonight. Look at Jackson 5. Cole Hartke. Only 8 kills. Does have 6 digs. 2 blocks. Good serve there. Tufunga sets over. And that was a double. And so because here, kind of waiting for something to happen. Five calls for it. This is hittable to Trevor Herget. Just keep it in play. He does so. Look at that with hands, Tyler Herget. This is tight. Trevor Herget able to catch up to that. That is wild athletic ability. And that one goes down from Ryan Barnett. Big smile on his face as he puts it in the campfire.
And that's a tough one for BYU. Just everything about that play, they were on the defensive, right? Pepperdine just in control from the beginning of the serve.
Cole, lock your heart key. Look at that serve. Tyler Herget almost coming into your living room and then nobody there. Old Danny thought Fife was getting it and vice versa. Look at that at 70. Tufunga. 8 kills for Talon Jonathan Tufunga to go with his 4 aces, 4 digs.
What a run from Hartke, but out of that timeout, BYU's able to stop and get that ball back. They've got to generate a lot of momentum and a lot of energy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a malaise in the gym right now. Smashed by Barnett, a little stare down for him as well. Ryan Barnett with a match-high 13 kills. He's been the best player in the gym tonight.
Good set, good tempo again, and Barnett just finding those angles.
Some acute, some obtuse. That's all I got with the angles. Ace! And that is the 4th ace of the night for Pepperdine. 3 in this set.
We talked to Coach Winder about his team and how he trains them to be such good servers. He said we really work hard on it, and so much so they brought an outside arm swing coach in to really look and make sure that not only could they learn to serve hard, but be consistent about it. And clearly it's paid off. They are a fantastic serving team top to bottom.
Yeah, that was interesting. They discussed mechanics, arm swings. They put time and money resources into trying developing arm swings and mechanics of serving. And we've seen the benefit. They've been outstanding as Trevor Herg goes into that. They hadn't been scoring points on it, but that set 1 service pressure in those blocks were due to the serve. And now they've cranked it up here in the 4th set.
For sure, and even in that last rally with Hartke, he didn't have an ace per se, but he had 4 or 5 serves where BYU was way back, way out of system, and it turned into points.
Tufunga gets blocked, kind of ducked down, hoping that ball was either dug or out. 13-7. A lot of loose screws right now for BYU. Tufunga out, Tennyson Lighthall in. Largest lead of the night for Pepperdine at 6.
And I think what's tough about this is BYU's regular starters on the bench. It's the passing lanes that are going to struggle, right? If you look at the passing lanes for BYU right now, just all Fife.
Tennyson Lighthall, that's still alive. Wow. Trevor Herget gets blocked. Wow, Pepperdine kept it alive and made a play, and now they're up by a touchdown.
So much power. BYU celebrating a little too early. Because Pepperdine's been scrappy and so good. This fourth set has been all waves.
How about Gomez with the reach, with the right hand? BYU, desperate times. Pepperdine up big and set full. By the way, we're trying to sell. What are we doing? 14-7. BYU have an answer. Oldaney is blocked but out. Pepperdine thought that's way out from Edie. That was a low offering.
Yeah, that was tough for Edie to try to save that play. But if you're Pepperdine and coaching staff, you're thinking, do not take your foot off the gas. All the momentum is on your side. Don't make hitting errors and let BYU into this.
As they're into the net. 15-9. Could be with the young group out there. Fife and Tyler Herget, your seniors, but you got Cottle, Lighthall, and Trevor Herget, freshman. Oldaney's a sophomore.
Right, so they
passing 4, by the way.
Yeah, to pull in Oldaney, who is a passer as well, just to take some pressure off of these youngs.
Lighthall cuts it, pounds it, and now he gets a kill. He almost reacted too early again, but that is what's called a kill. It is completed. He got excited a couple of times.
But maintained eye contact on that one, made sure it hit the floor.
Stare it down.
Before he turned. But that's kind of off the bench what you want when you get a sub, just coming in with a lot of energy to be a game changer. You could see Lighthall just really a lot of energy and a lot of power.
How about Lighthall against Menlo a couple weeks ago? Kill on his first swing, and then an ace on his first serve to win the match. He'll never forget that the rest of his life. It's crazy. 15-10. Herget tickles the tape. Out of system. Riley, Hartke. Look at that. Up by Trevor Herget. Lighthall tips over. Polomatz, Riley. Hartke off of Oldaney. A light tool off the block. He's not Maori, but there are Maori-like moments here. I'm waiting, I'm listening like I'm not hearing Kamate, Kamate. I don't expect it. 16-10. What a serve. Nice pass by Fife. Cottle. Wow, Jacob Riley comes into the last second to save the day, and then Barnett off the block. And those last couple of points might be it for BYU here.
Huge shift. See that terrific up from Riley to keep that ball going, and then you know what Barnett is able to do with that approach and that arm swing, how he just waits. The BYU block on its way down wasn't well formed.
Back row to Trevor Herget, dispatched it out. Pepperdine up 8. Wheels off for BYU. Pepperdine cruising down the Pacific Coast Highway right now, aka I-15 here in Utah. 18-10. Here's Gomez. Out. Look out below.
In this set, BYU only 4 kills, hitting 0. And Pepperdine, they've got just 5, but it doesn't matter. They've just been able to roll with their incredible serves.
Lighthall, nice serve. Better pass, Hartke off the block, Riley on the dig. Polomatz back to Hartke. Block tried to recover, too much. Cole Hartke, 10th kill now. So he's kind of half of his normal production because he's 5 points per set, 4 kills per set. But he's made his influence felt in other ways. Got 7 digs, couple of blocks, got an ace.
Yeah, great serves. But you look, he doesn't need to. That's the great thing about this Pepperdine squad. So many different guys can step up. Barnett hitting 458 and Gomez 588.
Tune. Lighthall, yeah. Lighthall, super physical. 6'6" freshman from Pleasant View, Utah. Weber High School, back from a mission to Melbourne, Australia. Loud noises. 19-12. Here's AJ Cottle. Sets it in the mold there. AJ struggled from the line tonight.
And the team on the floor right now for BYU just so young. Obviously, your libero and setter are seniors, but you got a lot of freshmen out there carrying a big load.
2 freshmen outsides that are being asked to pass right now with Trevor Herget and Tennyson Lighthall. Good pass from Trevor Herget to his brother. Oldania unloads on that one. And that one's out. So this one close to being over. May have been over a couple points ago. 21-12.
I don't think there was a touch, but
this is a challenge just to slow things down, I think.
Chance to
Sean,
talk
he's got
and
3 challenges. Yep.
And what's great about men's volleyball is we get this exact same thing tomorrow night. So it's kind of like a 5th set that we start tomorrow night, right off the bat.
Touch here from Barnett.
Oh, wow, him right through, but I don't think he touched it.
No, and the kick is good through the field goal post of Barnett's arms. Stretch him out. 21-12. So what did Pepperdine do and/or BYU not do in this set that led to this margin? Let's see Pepperdine keep it.
I think it was the serving. Hartke from the very beginning just kind of destabilized the BYU passing lanes, and that everything breaks down. You can't run your offense. You saw Tyler Herget being pushed all the way to the back of the court to try to run that offense. And here we are again at the end. Hartke back to serve.
Wow, 73 ace. Cole Hartke with his 2nd ace of the night. Go with 10 kills, 22-12.
This was the rotation that they started in. Hartke got on a run, and that down the line serve, he just keeps going back to it.
That almost took the head off of Trevor Herget.
Woo.
We went from PG to PG-13 right there. 22-13. Look out below. Connor Oldani. Pepperdine 3 points away. Gomez with another kill. 13 ties a career high for him. I'm shocked that 13 is a number given how he's played. Tied a career high 4 blocks as well here tonight.
These pins for Pepperdine, both sides, so solid.
And goes long. 23-14. 24 service errors for Pepperdine, 21 for BYU. Here's Trevor Herget. Freshman back from a mission. Match point Pepperdine. We'll see blocking sub of Matt Mazer, who actually had career high 16 kills against BYU last year. And then Zach Chapin with that lefty whip. 9 points of clearance for Pepperdine here. Big lead. Chapin gets after it. Great pass. Herget to Herget. Chambers. 24-15. So Chapin and Mazer will come out on the dub sub. And Gavin Chambers. Serve on match point 2 for the Pepperdine Waves. For the match. Still alive as Tyler Herget puts it over. Polomatz faked that he was going to go on 2, drew the block in, and James Eady gets the kill. Looked like Connor Oldani might have rolled his ankle there on the final play, by the way. 25-15, Pepperdine dominates set 4. They win it in 4 sets. Same 2 tomorrow night. Watch this move from Polomatz. on 2.
Fake, then a set.
Oh, the one-hander, too. How about that?
But what a finish. What a fourth set, especially for Pepperdine. They can take all that confidence into tomorrow night as we see the